Greetings, welcome back to Medieval Dynasty for the Valley. Yep, there's the stream. All good. Pardon me if it always takes me a moment. Like I always say, I'm just trying to make sure everything's up and at 'em. Alright. So we need fertilizer, a lot of which I can buy over at Radika. And since we got time, we also got to do Albin's story and see what's going on with Unagost about Kestrel. And we have all of our standardized workers. They're as best as they can be. As long as everyone's making what they need. We're still getting straw, so I'll focus on that for now. I just gotta make sure everyone has enough stone knives and stone axes. Which we got a bronze axe and a knife for them. More stone axes, but they also got the bronze. Just plenty of durability for a while. Yeah, this'll last. And as for quests, we got plenty in Gustovia. And apparently Hornica. We may take a detour. What coins do I have? $750. I think a fast travel would cost me about 200. So we'll keep all the money with that. Cart, logs, planks, bundle. Ooh, I found money. So a log, a plank, and a small bundle of money. That works. Stick to the river, see if anything's washed ashore. Yeah, so in my Oxbow playthrough, I gotta work on getting myself a ton of houses built before I do anything. And what's giving me a headache is trying to figure out how I want to set the village. Like when it comes to creativity, my brain goes completely flat on that. Like I want to, I just can't see it. But I've always had that issue. And another word for it is a blind mind's eye. Like you think you can see the creativity you want to see, but truth be told, you can't. So you kind of have to improvise but what you can see. Well, if I don't end up using my iron axe, I can always give it to my villagers. They'll make good use of it. Like if you go to this, I get 26 logs, but you need an axe of 2 durability, meaning they'll go through 104 durability per day because I have another one with the same agenda. So at minimum I need 5 stone axes. I don't know if they share the same axe. Oh, got a cart. A water skin. Piece of leather. Stone knife. I do not see anything else. Hey, Mufasa. Well, yeah, I basically recently moved up the bed. Got to change it out, and now I got a memory foam mattress. All the other one I had was almost shot, so this one's a huge upgrade. Much more relaxing. And I had to rearrange the room, so everything's all good. So once I get to Custodia, I'll save it that way. All's good. You know what would be nice is Inspector mode would highlight items that were found by a random event, or at least once you came close enough to inspect the area. That way I'm not questioning myself if I forgot something or not. Tons of berries. Yeah, I thought I remembered. Right over here was a good building spot because nearby was clay. Yeah, just outside of Gustovia is pretty much one of the perfect places to set up your farm, which is between here and down here. Because the area is reasonable enough to get started, and you're not too far from the main town. And what I may end up doing is when I'm done playing Oxbow, I will probably make another Oxbow, and this time we'll start with playing as a female character. I just have to make sure, because I've oversaved once in the past, and I maybe lost, 5 hours, if not more. Oh, another huntress. Another option I can do is quick saves, since quick saves don't get overwritten so easily. Like this one I got from a couple months ago. Actually, this was more like last year. Yeah, 24. That's why I was looking at these. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So let's see what tasks they got for me.
It's nice to meet you.
What would you like, Jimamira? Can you please help us? Owls, can you get rid of the wolves? Well, it's day one. Hunt 2 wolves. Get some money, torch, some arrows, and some reputation. Apparently I can take my time because I got 2 seasons to do so.
Hail, friend.
Renovate my house. I don't have a building hammer. Bring him a building, bring a wooden hammer, and you get Dynasty, reputation, and building technology. And remember that log I found? Well, just go find some sticks. And since we got 2 seasons for the wolves, and the irony is we actually live near a pack of wolves down here. So, especially if I plan on moving the village. So, that's good. Alright, what do we want? Poisoning resistance, basically for raw foods and all that. 10% more health. Hit and miss on that one. Faster mobility in water. Well, we live in like alcohol resistance is always nice. We got 2 points, so alright, that's a 2nd tier perk. That's why it's okay. Loss of food and water. Honestly, I've never paid much attention to that. Like, I have a 30% on the other one, and there's really no difference. Especially when you make a ton of food. And I don't drink enough alcohol in this game to care. Same with poisoning. So I'll do water dancer. And a point to athlete. And what this will do is reduce my stamina consumption while moving around. So, helps. Same with this later on too.
I'm an experienced traveler, but a shy one. I only travel when nobody's
There,
watching.
need a wooden hammer.
How are you?
Oh, and since I'm here, cabbage,
How are
wheat,
you?
and carrots. Gets pretty expensive quick when you're trying to buy stuff. And then, technically, you would need 45 fertilizer. But as you can see, fertilizer also weighs quite a bit. I can probably get away with holding quite a bit. Well, this is only day 1, so... Oh, forgot I had another rich hood I could sell. May as well. I'm not using it. It's just free money.
Have a nice day.
Yeah, let's go check on Alan. Hi, what's new with you? Nothing new. I've got my hands full today, not to mention my water skin is leaking. I swear it's like doing it on purpose only to make my work harder on this damn day. That's too bad. Can't you just buy a new one? This one's my favorite. I'm attached to it. For you, my friend, I'll pretend this is not disgusting at all. How can I help? The west of here is a village that I was selling that. Can you go there and talk to the seller and repair my water skin? Of course, doesn't seem like trouble. I'll be back with your stinky water skin when it's repaired. Oh, that's why they said 15, because they don't intend, they just want to give you options and then 15, but I usually just do 45 anyway. But we'll just follow the story guideline. Alright, let's talk to Ghost. Hello, hello, Ghost. Long time no see. Long time indeed, Rasmir. How have you been? Great, I've met Woolred recently. I'm glad. Seems like you're following the path of Lord and Spaz just like you wanted to. I do. That's why I'm here, actually. I wanted to ask you about Kestrel. Oh, so you've heard about her. Yes, Woolred mentioned her by name, but nothing else. Not my story to tell, he said. Unagast? That sounds really strange. Why would he say it like that? Strange indeed. Yeah, she was part of the pack, and that would be it. Your attempt at being casual seems like you're having a stroke. You're right, sorry, I just prepared for that topic, for her. You see, Kestrel was, I don't remember the day we met. Me and Lorden and Sandra were coming back from one of the missions. It was truly spectacular. Heist, ruse, battle, revolution. Failure. Long story short, we were forced to take a shortcut to the river and lost most of our equipment in the process. Our mounts as well. After a few days of roaming the woods, we'd come across a small village. We were way too exhausted to even think of the top, trying something elegant, so we decided to take the horses from the stable and leave some money behind. So we did just that. We started riding the horses out of the village in a hurry, and we suddenly heard a loud whistle. Horses stopped in place immediately, as if they were enchanted. Lorden fell right off. Sandra was kicking the horse with all his strength, but it wouldn't even budge, and then we heard her voice. If you boys want to keep your peckers and heads attached to your bodies, you will get off my horses and start running. I looked around behind me and saw the most beautiful woman I've ever seen holding a bow with an arrow pointed right at my eye. At that moment, your uncle managed to get off the ground, pissed as heck, started giving her a piece of his mind. So she moved her bow a little and released the arrow. She shot him? Without a blank, me and Sandra almost died from laughter. What? Why? Excuse me. That was the first and pretty much only person that we've met who've made Lorden look like a fool, a child even. The sight of Lorden bleeding and us laughing at that must have been the strangest thing. She surely thought we were some kind of loonies. I'm certain that she did. We ended up spending the whole day together. She tended Lorden's wound. We didn't say a word to her this entire time. And me and Sandra were basically begging her to join us. We explained our mission to her, which we haven't done before to a stranger. She said yes, just like that. There wasn't a pinch of fear in that woman, bravest soul that was ever born. Her only condition was that we take all the horses. She didn't have any family besides those animals, and family shall never be left behind. And there was 5 of them. Some might call it a coincidence. The other, destiny. The 5th was for Woolrat, right? Indeed it was. The steed's name was Burr, which makes it totally fit into his future owner. Burr was carrying our bags for almost a year before we got himself a rider, and those two became best friends, I'll tell you that. But getting back to Kestrel, Lorden didn't like her at all at first, but only time I've seen him insecure like that. He didn't put a spell on her with just a glance like every other woman, so he resented her for it. Uh-huh. For a while at least, because soon everything fell into place. Sun always rises in the east and sets in the west. No way to go around that. Same thing was with Lorden. He always got what he wanted, and that was to be admired and desired. She didn't have a chance, really. They were together, Kestrel and Lorden. Oh. Well, it started as a fling, but isn't that how every love starts? Soon it became inseparable. If I didn't know Lorden so well, I'd say she changed him. But he didn't change. He couldn't. He just enjoyed his new game. Our relationship. Even Samber realized it at some point. Everyone did, except Kestrel. Uh-huh. Lorden soon became bored with this game like any other, so he went back to seducing and having fun with other women, but now there was another challenge for him. And I was through keeping it a secret from Kestrel, which was painful to watch. Really painful, especially when I loved them both so much. You mean love like family, right? Rasamir, I've loved Kestrel from the moment she pointed that arrow at me. Never stopped. I've always been shy, and living in Lorden's shadow only worse than that. So I kept to myself for years until I didn't. What do you mean? We started having an affair. So you betrayed Lorden? Nothing is as black and white, dear Rasamir. You'll learn it with age. We all live in infinite shades of gray, but yes, that's undeniable. I've hated myself for it, and I hated him for the part of the love of my life, for making me lie to her, and keeping his dirty secrets while I had one of my own. It was exhausting, to be honest, but I couldn't stop. I couldn't lose her, and she couldn't stop loving him as well. I'm not judging you, Nagast. It just sounds excruciating. That's not the end of the story. It all went downhill when she got pregnant. I couldn't eat or sleep. I started distancing myself from her. The unknown was killing me. Was Lorden the father? Did I leave a woman carrying another man's child? Or maybe it was mine and I wasn't going to raise it. But instead, we live as an uncle in a lie. Like a coward, I had the darkest thoughts rushing through my mind at the time. I still blame myself for it. Did I wish for it to happen? Wish what? The baby was stillborn. I wanted to die with it on that day. But I felt relieved at the same time. What kind of person feels relieved in a situation like that? When Lorden left the room, I wanted to see his eyes. I wanted to be sure. Finally know what to feel. She didn't let me. I joined Lorden in his grief. We drank and cried all night. I was pretending just to be another empathetic brother, but I was scum. Scum of grief of his own. The child's little body was burned in the morning. I couldn't get back to being with Kestra after that, and neither could Lorden. So she lost 3 of her men that day, all consumed by the flames, blown away by wind and smoke and dust. Unagas, I'm so sorry. I had no idea what you've been through, what you've all been through. You have nothing to be sorry for, my child. I was trying to tell you that from the very beginning. Don't envy the lives we've lived. We're trying to do some good, make some change, but we're not heroes, and we're still paying the price for it. I need to see her, Unagast. You said that all of you ended up living in the valley. I don't know where she lives. She didn't want to be found, not by me, so I've never looked. Pretty sure that Samber knows. You can try with him. That's what I'm going to do then. Rasimir, if you see her, tell her that I... Never mind. Be well. Oh. Oh. Let's go see Alan then. If I go to Sandbar, I'm just going to end up hunting, and I don't have the carrying capacity for it. So there is the story of Kestrel. Unagas was in love with her, and she was in love with Rasimir's uncle Lorden. I'm going the wrong way. No, I'm just taking the scenic route. Okay. Taking aim, fire! And that little piggy went home. I got an arrow rolling away. Oh. There's a third piggy. Hell, I do good under pressure, especially with my stamina low. I always like using archery in video games anyway. But there you go, we took out 3 boars without much of an issue. As we'll save it. This is still with stone arrows. It's not even like copper arrows, bronze arrows, or even iron arrows. Now, the longbow is actually the best longbow in the game for damage, but the second best longbow is the recurve bow. And it's better in durability, but does slightly less damage. Actually, yeah, you'll see right here. Get a bow, 20 piercing. Longbow, 40 piercing. Then you got the recurve bow. For 30. Now, as for okay, it's under tools. So you have a bow with 100 durability. Then you have a longbow with 200 durability. Then you got a recurve bow with 300 durability. So despite it doing less damage, it has more durability. But it also probably doesn't take long to get the draw strength, so I don't know if there's a hidden mechanic behind that. Any bow is just as good. Just depends on how you use it. Oh, I'm running towards the landmark. Couldn't even tell what you were. I thought you were another lynx. What the hell? Oddly shaped rocks. Badger! You got a badger looking at you like, Serpentine! Gotcha. Push down the pressure. I can shoot boars under pressure, but when it comes to a stinking badger, badger will take me longer to shoot. Now, the arrow mechanic in this is that depending on where you shoot the arrow, if the arrow pierces an animal's skin or hide, that's why it causes a bleeding effect. And some animals have just thicker skin, which is why you need like sharper arrows. Berries! Fresh berries. And they're in the summer too. Yum, yum, yum. Eat 'em up, beat 'em up, beat 'em all up. Hello there. Hi, my friend's water skin broke. I'm looking for someone who can repair it. I can repair it as far as I can tell. It will be particularly difficult, but I'm missing materials. What do you need? Maybe I can get it. I think a few leathers will do. The forest is full of wildlife. Do you think you can handle it? Sure, how hard could that be? I'll be back with the leather. Hunt deer or boar?
Hello. My wares never
What? I
disappoint.
couldn't just give her the leather I currently have? Well, they got the next upgrade at least, so I know what I'm buying. Sell the fur, sell the meat, sell the simple small stuff, and let's buy the upgrade, which is a pouch and a simple backpack.
So,
So basically, we can carry 8 kilograms more.
oh,
Alright, let's go find some deer or boar. Technically, you should be heading back home. Go sleep in your bed. I can look for 2 wolves, I guess, while I'm at it. Deer! Hello. No worries. You know very well if you miss something, you can always backtrack. Yeah, the only thing you missed was the story of Kestrel told by Unagast. And yeah, I figured minstrels would be the perfect bet for that one. Oh. I missed. Get back here, doggy! Oh. Gotcha! That was fun. Yeah. Yeah, it's an extremely long story turned short. All you missed was a story about a love triangle between Unagast, Kestrel, and Lorden. Apparently a new person of the pact, a woman. Basically, I started this like 40 minutes ago, so you probably missed like the first half an hour. From what I know about pre-orders or gold editions or anything like that, all they ever do is they try to sell. Now, if I was going to buy the game standard edition, right now it costs $93.50. Yeah. Yeah. Alright, we picked up the 2 seeds, picked up fertilizer. Actually, here, I'll just make sure to make a mental note. There. That way I don't have to remind. That way I don't have to remind myself later. Oh, it used to be a $1.37. But with the taxes and all that, there's no way I'm buying keys from ArenaNet anytime soon with that price. Because you think you spend $100, but it becomes $140, and plus tax, you're spending $155. And you're sitting there like, okay, unless keys are 55% off, I'm not buying. And we all know ArenaNet will never do a 155% off sale. I can earn the gold faster than I can worry about the sales, so I'm not too concerned. Just do daily fractals. I'll get what I need before you know it. Because you got the weekly convergence unstable motivations. That's another 10 gold. Then if you do Dragonstorm and the 2 events, that's another 7 gold. And then you got daily fractals, which is another 20 gold. So average out to like 30 gold a day. Primordus and Jormeg. Yeah, Gates of Ra, you have to wait. Yeah, you have to wait for the undead champion to spawn. And the water one is Sue One's event, but I think they sort of circumvented that and said you just have to defeat the Ravenous Wanderer. Okay, I need 1 deer or boar, 1 wolf, and as far as today is concerned, we're going to see Sambor. Oh, it just means I know a time to show up at a Suwon fight, and it seems pretty reliable. So if you ever have to do that one, just hit your timestamp for that one. Okay, we know I gotta use up 100 and Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, I said 104 durability. So, yeah, they're going to be fine for now. How's the thread doing situation? Thread. 609? Okay, in that case... Now they're going to gather stone. 2 durability per stone. Multiplied by nearly 60, that's 120. So 2 pickaxes per day. Like 2 more stone axes. I can only make 1 more. Well, that's fine. Oh, and I got a shitty bronze, well, stone knife I can hand in. So, enjoy. So yeah, if you watched the last one, when you basically left, I did a small detour showing off this little lake area. Nice. So you'll find licence and buffalo here. You'll find wolves somewhere around this area. And a lot of this area is mostly foxes and rabbits and some deer. But overall, it actually looks pretty nice. Oh wait, I was going to go see Samber. That's no, they got pre-built bridges. I don't even know what a player-owned bridge is going to look like. Yeah, let's go see Samber. That's what I was supposed to go see. Since I can hunt down boars near Samber's place and that one wolf I'm missing, then I can go to Gustovia right afterwards. Yeah, this bed's about twice the size of my last bed, and it's actually just as comfortable. A lot of summer berries. Oh, what do we got here? A vendor. Nice trade for trading, isn't it? Not the best. Earn the most when the wind's coming from the south or the southeast and southwest. Nothing northern wind if you like to haggle. Is that so? Yes, trust me, and beware of the northeast wind. I can't show you my wares. Why? Because I don't have enough wares to show it, but maybe you can show me yours. I'll buy them for a very attractive price since I need specific amounts, though, no more, no less, and I accept one kind of things. That's a lot of rules, and they don't seem to make much sense. I make money, not sense. Well, why do I even bother? Alright, what do you need then? 66 feathers, 7 bronze arrows, 3 arrows, or 12 cabbages.
Take care.
Nobody wants 66 feathers. I just gotta do some hunting, but I'm not too concerned about that. They got me a hawk. What you hawking? Do 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 do. Headshot. I got a lynx. Like a little tiger cub. No. No. Mufasa. There's a deer. Do, do, do. Not this time. Yeah, I noticed that, especially in the Twilight Oasis area. Just because the boarding crescent doesn't wear very fashionable gear. There. Yeah. Shit. Deliver to... Oh, 4 leather. Okay. And I still need 1 wolf. Whoa! Whoa! Let's see, leather. Stone knife. Pearl. I don't see anything else. I took that pork loin I barbecued yesterday. Dad bought some cream soup, and then I sauteed up the cream soup with some mushrooms and the pork loin. That's okay. I told Dad next time we get a pork loin or something, grab some masala and we'll make like a pork loin marinated masala with some naan. I told you not to bother me. Samber, I need to know where to find Kestrel. I see, and you want to know it right away? Yes. Because the matter is urgent and cannot wait? Yes. Splendid. Then it seems I have all the leverage. I have an errand for you to run. Oh, come on, are you seriously going to exploit me like that? Precisely. What needs to be done? I need you to obtain some items for me, which are beets, onions, cabbages, and carrots. Are you kidding me? You want me to go get you groceries just when the story gets so interesting? I gotta be frank with you, boy. I don't care. Get me my food and you'll have your precious information. That's just poor storytelling like there. Nothing you can do about it. Maybe it's supposed to be funny or clever or cynical or whatever. Isn't there any other way? Don't have a choice. I guess the way in which you obtain the vegetables is the choice you get. That's simply lazy. Stop barking. Go fetch, doggy. I hate this. Yeah, now he wants me to get him 20 beetroots, 20 onions, 20 cabbages, and 20 carrots. So that'll take a while. Well, I'll just go to the farm area in Gustovia and Rodnika. Oh, hey, we're on Unagas Story 5. Hey, better save it because there's a wolf nearby. Ow. Get off me. Little ankle biter. Get back here. This game does not have quick weapon swapping. Damn it. Alright, I'm out of stamina. Fuck it, I'm just gonna reload. Hey, Mufasa. Come on up. There's a big bed. Float knife? Where are you? I win. I probably would have better aim just doing it this way, but it's always more gratifying to do this in third person. There's my healing herbs. You take your 9 plants and you chug them all down. Just eat them all at once. And then you feel like Black-Eyed Pete or whatever his name was for the beans. Ow! You asshole! A buffalo? They like sneaking up at me out of nowhere. Grab a handful of herbs and chug them all down. I don't know, snuck up from behind me and frickin' rammed me up the ass. That buffalo's got anger issues. Who knows? Yeah, and it's called, if you want to sneak up on me, there's always this other option. You got, I don't know, you got unlimited health, you got this, you can go to animals, HP, and damage and crank it down to nothing. But I don't hold that much of a grudge. At a certain extent, I feel like if you have to turn on God mode to prove a point, then you're really proving no point. What was I doing in the Gustavia again? All right. Talk to Jeremiro. Yeah. Speaking of Dark Souls, someone in our clan on RuneScape was busy telling us about Dark Souls, and they watched a video called How to Defeat Dark Souls Without Moving, or without walking. So basically you have to not touch the left analog stick to move around. You can only do like backstepping, look around, or whatever, dodge rolls. And I guess what they said is, so they run into this one spot where the only way you can move forward is by going up a ladder. So then all of a sudden you hear a British person just going, British profanity. The wolves are dead. Oh, that's right. Thank you very much. We chipped in, prepared a reward for you. Please accept it. Thank you. Some arrows and simple torch and 50 coins.
Hello there.
Uh, Oh. Actually, if I remember correctly, Dark Souls 2 has a system for that. What you can do is, if you get multiples of the same spell, you use up attunement slots, and basically, like, for example, if you have a spell like Soul Geyser, it takes up 3 attunement slots, but it only gives you 1 cast. So if you got, like, say, 9 attunement slots, you can fill it in with 3 Soul Geysers. And the only time you can do all that is usually through New Game Plus and whatnot. Oh, then he was casting... No, then the spell you're referring to, if I... Was it a blue sorcery spell? Okay, because it might have been Crystal Spear. Or Soul Spear. Dark Affinity, Dark Hail, maybe? Well, Sambra's Grocery is going to cost me 360 coins, which we'll do in a bit. Doubles your amount of casting. If I remember correctly, that would have been the Crown of Ulasil. That would have been the Crown of Ulasil. You get it from either killing an NPC or completing a side quest. Because I think the... Well, the thing that they... Now, the irony is what they don't tell you about Dark Souls is that they fixed it in later genres, but you need to have completed a New Game Plus before you can get invaded by people from New Game Plus and beyond. But even in New Game, you can get invaded by someone from New Game Plus as long as they didn't do a lot of the criteria. Because not only does the game track you based on your level progress, it also tracks you based on the amount of upgrading you've been doing to your weapons. So, for example, if you played the game without ever upgrading your weapons, there are hardcore tryhards that actually do that. Just to get matched in with people that have just started out the game so they can one-shot KO with the best stuff they got, because spells and all that aren't restricted by the upgrade system. Well, except the Pyromancy Glove. I want to say that's a hit and miss on their part. I want to say that's a 50-50 because honestly, with the amount of Dark Souls I've ever played and with how long the game's been out, I wouldn't be surprised if there are people that still play it purely for amusement purposes or if they play it because they're too busy playing around the meta. Because if I remember correctly, Dark Souls 1, the meta for the soul level, if I remember roughly, was between 80 and 120. But I pretty much lost interest in Souls games when it came to the meta. I just kept playing, being like, oh, I leveled up past the meta. I guess no one's ever going to invade my world. Yay! Now, the irony about that is people can actually summon you from a higher level. And if you play as the Dark Moon Covenant, you can be an extremely high level and help a low level defeat their invader. So that was a lot of fun too. Well, the reason they talk about meta is because Dark Souls hasn't really became the, like, it's a generic hack and slash with optional spellcasting ranged role-playing game. But when you have PvP involved, then people scream meta, and then it becomes extremely highly competitive. And honestly, I never liked PvP in general. Actually, the only fun PvP session I actually ever had, and I made a ton of friends, was back in Dark Souls 3 where nobody really cared about what the meta was back then. So whenever we all get summoned by an invader, we would have this spell, it's a pyromancy called Warmth, and we got Prism Stones, which create various lights like fireflies. So we would just use the sit down emote. Someone would invade the world, and they would sit right next to us, and we just sit there and be like, "Hi, how's your day?" and just scattering around prism stones and using the warp spell. And if someone so much as disrupted that, we all would raise Hail Mary on them. And then they got another story for that, which is called Fight Club.
How is life treating you? Have a nice day.
Hello, have a good day.
Well, that's because people have their own superstition. I think if someone's going to scream meta, they've been following internet guidelines for too long. Hi, task accomplished, dear lady. Here is the required skin leather. That must have been a lot of work. He's a very dear friend, isn't he? I just have like to lend a hand to people in need. Water skin belongs to Alvin, a farmer from a nearby village east of here. Oh, I know him. He's a good lad. Here you go, the water skin. Good as new. Say hi to Alvin for me. I will. Thank you for the help. Try this one. Neo is a single-player game with optional PvP, and then they got rid of that in Neo 2, and people are still creating metas because they want fast, efficient runs for a mission-setted area. Hell, even a game like Resident Evil 4, they'll say, the meta is use the Red 9 pistol. Oh, for all I know, I could say, hello everybody, welcome back. This time we're going to say on Resident Evil 4 that the starter pistol I have is the meta, and we're going to go through why it's the meta, because A, it's your first starting gun, B, it's easy to upgrade, and C, it has the best overall stopping firepower. Don't believe me? Here are this whatever, and then go into a 5-10 minute filler about it. And I got rammed by a boar. Hello, this is the meta for Medieval Dynasty. Remember, you got the bow, the longbow, and the recurve bow. By the way, you want the longbow and iron arrows. Good day. Make sure they're poisoned. Oh, and if you don't like bows because you prefer more damage, please use the iron crossbow and use iron bolts poisoned. Have a good day. And that's the pessimism side of me talking. I just think it's funny. I think anytime I ever watch a meta video, I just burst out laughing, or I just shake my head and be like, I just shake my head. Oh yeah, so here's a preview of the area from a higher standpoint because it's daytime and not misty from last night. Because when I was showing this at night, it was like, okay, now the best spot you're going to get a good of the view of the lake here is actually down here. Like, see how flat the land is? That's got a little uphill. Unreal Engine, I believe, if I remember. PC gamers. First time it came out, I believe, was PC. I'll double check. Yeah, PlayStation 5. Yeah, PS5 it first came out for me. Yeah, because this was The first time it ever got released was on September 17, 2020. And as far as the series, they call it a Dynasty series. Engine, it uses Unreal Engine 4. Platforms are PlayStation 5, PS4, Xbox One. Xbox Series X. Yeah, it was for both the PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series S. And before that, it was Microsoft Windows. Usually, whenever it was basically before PS5 was out. Yeah, close to last generation. Well, built for last generation. Yep. Okay, so here's the lake. In my other one, you'll see it at night, and it was misty out. But here's how the actual lake looks from here. And the funniest thing I found, you look at all the spruce trees. Oh yeah, you got the mountains. And right upstream, right about here, is about some buffaloes that like to be angry with you. Go for a swim. Have all your villagers. Have your with. Let's see. Your building cap starts off with 70, but if you have it to turn the 2 times multiplier, 140. Unless you're playing PC with mods, where you can increase the limit even further, which would potentially crash the game. You could. I mean, I've done like this entire area right here when I was working on my platinum, just filling it with stuff. I used this entire area for my village. So if we take out this massive chunk of square and focus on designing it around the lake and then using the fence posts that you get upgrading and then probably fence it along the road, you could technically make it work. And then we got the piers and all that, and I don't even know if you can build on the piers. Or if the bridges become like platforms, like, you know, how you make, like you see how villages could be built like, or oil rigs facility. So that gives me an idea. Yeah. There we go. And I was, yeah, returning home. Well, let's go give Alwyn his water skin since it's still pretty early. So now if we wanted to give Samber his beetroot and all that, we would have to grow the carrots. Well, we can grow them in the winter. Beetroots you grow in the spring. So you'd have to spend an entire year growing food. we still got plenty of time. Oh, and remember how it said 5 to 6 years before expiration? Now there's 15. One shot with an arrow. Didn't pierce the wolf, but it did deal a nice amount of damage. Oh, there's a... Ow! They were chasing a moose. Got that doggy. There you are. There we go. Took me a while. Let's make sure to save it, that way I'm not in trouble. New settlement? Wait, what? August 7th. Oh, that's where they've been for... Wanted to see if there was be a random ramp because I typed in the search engine medieval dynasty meta, meta, and then I come across something else that's just whatever. I got a 13-year-old golden retriever. When she farts, you can smell it. I think the worst part is, you know what, you can actually feel bad for her because with her bad hips and all that, she can't even take a squat properly. And she needs a good spa day and a good shave. Okay, so we came here at 18, and then I got distracted by 3 wolves. Now it's 21. So, 9 p.m. Well, almost 10 p.m. There's another quest here. I thought I picked that one up. I guess there is another one. And there's also a bunch in Hornica too if I ever want to make the trip. Alan, you better not be sleeping. Wake up. Hi, I'm back and I bring good news. Job is done. Here you go. Thank you. This will help me a lot. I have some onion seeds here. Maybe you can make use of them. Didn't have a lot of trouble with that request, did you? Let's see. The sewer didn't have leather to repair the water skin, so I done down some wild animals for supplies. Piece of cake. So you can craft tools and hunt. You truly are amazing. My mother was always pretty handy with a bow and spear. She used to take me hunting from an early age. I envy you. My father only taught me how to work the fields. Remember that in the end, you're the one who shapes your own fate. Yes, it makes sense. It's time for me to take my leave. Till next time.
Finally.
Wait for the next day. I don't know. Next day's in 2 hours.
Hello there. Goodbye.
Oh well, next day we're doing Samber's grocery shopping. So how's gathering going? Oh, I can almost get a resource. Uh, I should build one more house, build 2 herbalist huts, build a kitchen, and then during the winter the herbalist can go cook food and craft stuff. So I would need a 3 in survival and a 2 or 3 in production. Or I build a fisherman's hut and send them fishing for winter. Oh, let's see. What uses beets more often in this? Soup. So beet soup. Vegetable soup. Maybe Sandberg's going to be making his own vegetable soup. Yeah, so the only reason you use beetroot is to make soup and vegetable soup. Or become the beetroot baron. I can't even remember. I mean, I used to hate tomato, but I like tomato. Used to not really care for broccoli and cauliflower. I think the only thing I'm actually starting to hate is green pepper because we keep buying too much green pepper. I love those red peppers, yellow pepper, and orange peppers. Oh, I'm talking like, well, I guess they're the same. Green bell peppers. Then you got banana peppers, which are good. And I used to not really care for olives, but I can eat olives and black olives. One thing my dad actually really liked was pickled eggs. I mean, with all the videos I make, you know what? At this case, it's a library. If we ever have an apocalypse and you. Can you imagine literally just an apocalypse and then it's like, oh, great, no more internet. And then you realize you got all these old videos like old VHS tapes. I mean, that's the funny way I would look at it. Oh, he gave me 20 onion seeds. I got 25 pieces of meat. Okay. Alright, let's see. At day 3, it's almost 1 in the morning. Alright, let's see what we got here. Bronze axe hasn't been used yet. Stone axe doing fine. Stone pickaxe still good. And we gathered quite a lot of stone, so I'll make a few stone axes, probably like 5 or 6. Yeah, I always just make max because you can cancel whenever. That's for fast crafting, doesn't necessarily be necessary. That's why I like clicking craft all, and you just stop whenever you feel like it. What's this guy still doing awake?
Hello there. See you around.
Well, I guess I woke him up. He was sleepwalking. The only thing I could ever use in Guild Wars is a crafting queue. That's the one thing I'll continuously complain about. Holy crap, I almost poisoned the hell out of me. There's a random, whenever you eat food, that you'll get like a poisoned. I think when they say condition, like this is 73.6%, so it would tell you that you have a 27.4% chance of getting poisoned. And you get poisoned for the full amount the food's worth. Kind of like, oh, I decided to eat a full loaf of moldy bread. Alright, let's go to Gastovia. Everyone's sorted out here. Say they're all living on the island. No problems. Can't I just cheese it and be like, I'm going to drink nothing but potions and Henry will live on vitamin water for the rest of his life? Three? It used to be like 5 or even 10. Fine, go live off of spirits then. Or fine wine. Oh, come on. What's a jug of spirits can I give you now? Yeah, either my Henry's going to be a herbalist and he's going to be like, I have to live off of vitamin water for the rest of my life, or go start ransacking grocery stores for apples.
Nothing?
Yeah, that's why they said for Lent. Just don't kill animals and eat your vegetables. I think they should have just renamed Lent to vegan or vegan pacifist or something stupid. Vegan animal rights activist. That's what the trophy should have been called long term. Yeah, I think by the time I bet Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, with how fast I go through things, and let's see, because May into June, I got Elden Ring Night Rain, and I can't play Wu Chang until late July. So I'm either going to be playing Medieval. No, wait. I'm playing Kingdom Come. That I could play during mid-June or mid-August. And by then, I think the price for like mid-June would be like still 15-20%. And by August, it would be like 25% off. So 25% off for being busy with other things is still a lot better than 15%. And Elden Ring's Night Rain's Deluxe Edition was like, here, spend $15 extra. You'll get artwork, this and that, and an extra DLC. Yeah, well, that extra DLC, knowing games like that, they take 6 months to release. So I'm not going to pay $15 now and check back in 6 months.
Hello?
Like, I'm just extremely practical. If you tell me to buy all this and I get all this DLC, either give me the DLC now or you don't get any money, period. Or I really have to love the series.
Have a good day.
Hi.
8-5. Luto Missile. Missile. Luto Miss.
Hello.
Hey, Alan. What's going on? Long time no see, Alan. How are you? You look sad. Hi, you will not believe what happened. Go on, tell me. My hoe is broken. Oh no, the horror. Do not laugh. It is important to me. Fine, how can I help you? Well, I already got a new one from Falabora Craftsman on the other side of the river north of here. Uh-huh. He is my father's old friend. I was told by Papa that Falabora eventually gave up blacksmithing when he got older due to his back pain issues. However, he still occasionally helps to fix some of the tools for the local field workers. Uh-huh. I haven't picked up the hoe yet because I had a lot of work. Sure, I'll be happy to help you. Here, coins to pay Falibur for the hoe. It should be enough. I know I can trust you in this matter. Do not worry, I'll be back with your precious hoe. Yeah, no worries. Like I said, if you need to catch up, I put a timestamp. Actually, I've had them a couple times. Yeah, one dream I woke up crying. Yeah, I know, I get one every once in a while. Like something happens and then it's like, what? You're like, what the hell? And okay, why can't I go back to sleep? This sucks.
Better don't come close to a hen house at night. Chickens recently pecked apart two.
And then what you end up doing at the end of the day is trying to remember how much of the dream you remember. Because in my theory, the more of the dream you remember, the more important it was.
Oh, it's you again. See you around.
I don't know, that's the general rule of thumb I go. Yeah, have a good night.
So long.
Yeah, if you're looking for a timestamp, this is almost at 2 hours. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just making timestamps. Alright, so what my plan is, since now we're good, I'm going to be starting up something on my other game shortly, so I'll be playing the Oxbow because I'll be micromanaging. So what our plans are is to finish Alwyn's part of the story for a while. Then I'm going to go grocery shopping for Sambor. And maybe till the fields, we'll see. Welcome. Hello, Alwyn sent me to pick up the hoe he ordered. I assume something bad had to happen to him, judging by the fact he had to send someone on his behalf. No, he's just very busy with work. Work, right? I'm helping him. That boy is capable, but he takes all his family's duties on his shoulders alone. Uh-huh. He cannot see how much he limits himself. He is still young and could have achieved a lot more than just work in the field day by day. So I'm not the only one who notices that. If you're friends, maybe you'll be able to talk some sense to him. I'll do my best. How much for this hoe? For Owen, it's 90 coins. Thank you. I'm going back to him then. Wait, one more thing. One hunter is looking for buyers for his bows. Are you interested? Not now, but I will keep that in mind. Thank you again for the hoe. Excuse me. I'm not doing any long crafting queues that I know of. But if I have some stomach issues in a bit here, then what I'll probably do is cut the stream short. We'll see. Is that a tree I never bothered finishing to chop? I don't even remember. That's just funny. Chopped down tree and not even chopped for the logs. Oh, he had a copper hoe. How much is a copper hoe even worth? $110 coins. So for Alwyn, it was only a 90. It was only a 20 coin discount. Hi, I'm back. Here's your hoe. Thank you. Did you have enough coins? Yes, it was enough. Yes, Valerie sold it cheaper for you. Give 30 coins. Oh, that's very kind of him. Keep the coin. You've helped me out more on one occasion. You deserve it, friend. Uh-huh. And did you talk about Falbo? What's new with him? We talked a bit. He mentioned that some hunter he knew he was looking for buyers for his bows. Really? What? Are you interested? I don't know. I've never even shot a bow. Guess I wouldn't be good at it anyway. Trying is better than nothing, don't you think? You have a completely different approach to life than I do, but you may be right. I will have to think this out. Fine, I'll leave you alone with your thoughts then. See you next time. Wait until next season. Well, this is day 3, so we're fortunate on that note. Actually, I can buy all of Sandor's groceries while I'm here. Food merchant myself. Yep. Beetroots, carrot, onion, and cabbage. She sells less. I don't even use this shield.
Friend, take care.
Okay, where's the gardener? Barn worker, gardener, they're all the same to me. Watch where you're swinging that thing.
How are you? Nice to go see you around.
10 beetroot, 15 onion. Oh, 11 cabbage, good. It's perks of the inventory being nearby. 15 carrots. Where's your onions? 15 onions.
So long.
She's almost broke. Olga. I don't know you. We should not be talking. Fine. I shouldn't talk with little kids to begin with unless they're in my village. Behold, the Rasamir, the village creep. Is that the multigrain bread buff I've been using still? I wonder if they stack with the athletic perk. Because the athletic, when it maxes out, you get a 30% reduction in your stamina of moving. And the bread itself, I think, was what, 60%? Yeah, it looks like the cats are up to mischief again. Yeah, see, you can go to knowledge here and it'll tell you. Normally it didn't before. %50 stamina. Alright, what was I looking for? Here we are, multi-grain bread. 60% less and lasts for 20 minutes. So theoretically I should be at 70%. Next out would be 90. There, I figured another save. For some weird reason, every time I travel here, there's that Wycent that likes to knock me out. Nice way to sort berry bushes. Well, that explains why I never keep seeing the Wycent. It was hiding in a damn bush. Oh, there's a puppy. One shot and a flick shot. Right on the head, too. I want to keep using the bow more because I get better with it under pressure. Plus, it'll be fun if you use lock and load with it. Hey, Sam boy, delivered your groceries. What do you want? Here's your stupid food. Let's see if it's all there. Don't test me, Sambor. Where is she? Hey, don't you talk. Where? Hornica. End dialogue. Well, so much for taking all those tests. So, next season we're going to Hornica, so we have a long journey ahead of us. Remember, we're on the opposite side of the map. Maybe we'll pay a fast traveler. I don't know. We'll see. All depends on what I find. I'll have to keep track of how long it takes me to travel to Hornica. I should follow this stream and see what happens. There's a giant tree around here. I just can't remember where it is. It's bugging me. Let's see, right in the middle. Open terrain. Either they got rid of the tree, or I just don't remember where it is. Not a big deal, I guess. Just one of those perplexing things. Alright, so we're following the stream. Well, where's the water? There it is. A wolf is nearby. I got one swing in, and yeah, I was getting another swing. Okay. Not a big deal. A lot of berries. Well, as I say, end of the map. Edge of the map. Hell, you can even tell it looks like the edge of the map how the grass changes. Okay, if I remember correctly, let's go see if I remember where a cave is. Signpost. Just the way this area looks. Yeah, and then you see how the edge of the map. It looked very inviting. Berry bushes. Oh, here's the cave. Yeah, northeast of Brenica. Copper, tin. Yeah, you're gonna have a field day about that one. Oh yeah. Since I'm in Branica, this will be a good example. How much is a ride from here to Hornica? 280.
Goodbye.
So basically, for me to keep going back and forth would be 600 coins. Which would mean craft a bunch of bronze axes. And keep going west. Time to get your cardio in. So Hornica might be our last pitch stop, but first I'll probably worry about dealing with Alwyn next season. Alright, I'm going to pause it here. So thank you for watching, and I will be back shortly for some Oxbow playthrough.